I'm Hind Rassam Culhane, and I'm a professor and a dean of the School of Psychology and Behavioral Sciences at Mercy College. I was in Syria as a Fulbright scholar the year 2000 to 2001. I was assigned actually to the University of Damascus Medical School because I teach health psychology and therapy for graduate students. So it was an interesting assignment because I worked with mostly medical students, upper grade medical school students, and then 2 days a week I was at the hospital in Damascus, the Children's Hospital and the General Hospital, where I did training in adolescence and childhood developmental psychology and therapy for residents, nurses and doctors. And that was, when I accepted the assignment, I had no idea I'd be working that closely with these two sectors of society. And to me, that was the most fascinating, to go out really, in a sense, in the field, not just lecture. My thrust is how do people work together to plan intervention for children with and adolescents that have emotional and psychological problems. And at times what we did is bring some parents and did parent participation, and that was quite successful. At the same time, I was doing some research with high school adolescents. I had to get permission, of course, from the education ministry, and my research was on adolescent perception of other cultures as well as their culture. And it had to do with the work on identity, adolescence and identity. Frankly, Syria is one of the friendliest societies I've ever been into, and I've traveled around the world a great deal. They're generous, they're proud, they're hospitable, they take you by hand, they prize education. When they know you're an educator, they really, so many families opened their homes. I made lasting friendships. They loved the idea, obviously not everybody in the streets knows what Fulbright is, but they respect a scholar. They respect someone coming from the United States all the way there, going out of your way to contribute. Syria to me was a safe country. I could walk all night long by myself. I got so much help. It's just a wonderful experience, more than I really expected it to be. The reason that I became interested in Fulbright and applied to be a scholar is I had a wonderful encounter with Senator Fulbright. I was very fortunate to meet him at a reception in Washington. And when I was face-to-face with Senator Fulbright, I said to him, my brother and sisters are Fulbright recipients, and we as a family thank you for that. And then he looked at me and smiled and said, what about you? And I said, well, I'm thinking about applying. And he said, don't think, do it. So I did it. And it was the most beautiful encounter with a wonderful man, with a wonderful legacy he has left. Being a Fulbright scholar, it opens you up to such a variety avenues in the culture that you are working in society, and one thing leads to the other. You begin to make friendships, alliances, associations. You begin to have, my biggest thing that I do always in another culture is to have the people be partners in whatever it is, the research or the teaching. They become part of what I am trying to learn. So I'm learning and teaching. But I think the Fulbright gives you a whole different experience than just going as an exchange faculty. Thing gives you this extra dimension. I always say we are ambassadors of the United States. So there is the learning, there is the teaching. But I think we represent the United States, the best of what's in the United States, which is the firm belief in education as a opening in whether it's upward mobility or social mobility or teaching about democratic values. What we did, which I'm very proud of, which Fulbright gives you that opportunity, is that you really do something beyond teaching and researching. You begin to link the two societies, your culture or society, the United States, with the host country. And that's one of the things we did. We befriended many young people, and we encouraged them to apply, whether it's Fulbright or other scholarships to the United States. And we helped a lot of them to fill out their applications, to find places for them. The other thing we did with the Cultural Center at the embassy, I initiated, and with the help of the cultural officer there, we had many workshops, particularly post 9/11, because that was a sensitive time in the relationships and the perceptions of people, United States and vice versa. And what we initiated is monthly seminars and workshops where we invited Syrian Fulbright scholars who have come to the United States to share with us on panels their experience in the United States and then my experience in Syria. And then we invited scholars, we invited university educators, professors to participate. And those were one of the most successful things that we did, because we corrected a lot of misconceptions about the United States or how people felt about 9/11. It was a crucial time I was there. Fulbright experience was very helpful when I returned as a professor at Mercy College. One of the courses I teach in the graduate program is multicultural counseling and family therapy. And what I do in my classes, and I have done, is bring in my Syrian experience to the classroom and begin to have my American students learn about Syrian society, family dynamics, the culture of that country. So I'm always bringing what I learned into my classrooms at Mercy and expanding on that. So I think, I know that the Fulbright experience is always a good grounding that helps you to go on to do more work internationally. I think it gives you confidence. It gives you all kinds of set of skills, how to work with people, how to learn, as I say, about bureaucracy of those countries. It expands you a great deal. I think it's a very helpful thing to have on your resume, because I know wherever I go, people greet you, a Fulbright scholar. They're very impressed. There is some prestige about being a scholar, a Fulbright scholar. It helps you in advancing, I think, in your for tenure, for promotion, for going to other universities, to higher levels in higher education. So it's certainly a big plus. And people, I just went to China this fall to a Fulbright conference, and there's something about being a Fulbright scholar or a Fulbright, there is a collectiveness about sharing this educational experience that is worldwide. All you have to do is say, I'm a Fulbright scholar, and you find someone somewhere in the world. So I really think it enhances your career. When I applied, there was a lot of help, actually, from other people that help you, guide you. There was a lot of guidance about the application. There was a lot of help and direction about, well, if you do research, this is what you'll encounter. If you do teaching and research, there's the combination, which I think is great. For me, it worked out very well. People who just go to teach. I think the flexibility and the help of the staff was enormous. And it's a long application. It is a long process, but you get a lot of help. You get guidance. And then you can always get guidance from Fulbright scholars who have been there before. Wherever I've gone, as I say, with the name Fulbright, there's such respect by people. It is the best tools of diplomacy that our country can offer, in my opinion.